Every day in my OPD, I meet couples who share the same story. They've been married for a few years and have been trying to get pregnant, but not able to be successful. So to all those couples out there who are trying to get pregnant but not succeeding in the same, I want to tell you that it's not because you're not trying as hard or you're unlucky, but sometimes there is a lot more to it. So let's discuss what are the commonest reasons for infertility in today's times. Is number one, we are seeing an increase in the number of PCOS lately. Now, PCOS or polycystic ovarian syndrome is a hormonal imbalance that affects your ovulation. So if you're somebody who's suffering from irregular cycles and you feel that probably you are not ovulating, PCOS could be one of the underlying reasons. Now, while PCOS remains one of the most challenging causes for infertility, but there could be other reasons why you're not ovulating. Simply weight gain, an unhealthy lifestyle where there is a lack of exercise or physical activity, and more sedentary lifestyle, overeating, excessive junk food eating, more screen time. All of this could simply cause weight gain and hormonal imbalance, leading to anovulatory cycles, irregular periods, and therefore infertility. A normal BMI and a healthy active lifestyle not just boosts your fertility, it also promotes good quality egg and sperm release. And that in turn increases your chances of getting pregnant faster and also a very, very healthy pregnancy. Now, most of the couples that come to us today are already aware about terms like ovulation, the fertile window, etc. And we know that this fertile window or the ovulatory period is somewhere between your menstrual cycle, right in the middle. And some of us also rely on those mobile apps to predict our ovulatory dates and then try accordingly. But remember, if you have irregular periods, that means your ovulation is unpredictable, and so is the release of that egg, which may then not necessarily happen in the middle of your cycle. So stop relying on mobile apps to predict your ovulation. If you feel that everything is not going as planned, it's time to see your gynecologist, who will then dig deeper into whether you're actually ovulating or not. In women, besides PCOS, there could be multiple other reasons for hormonal imbalances which affect the ovulation. To name a few, any problems with your thyroid gland, like your hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism. Also, changes in your prolactin hormone levels. Hyperprolactinemia is again one of the commonest reasons where women don't ovulate naturally, and that again could be a reason for the infertility. Nutritional deficiencies like iron deficiency anemia, low levels of vitamin D, all of these could be silent reasons for ovulatory issues and infertility. Let's also discuss about another very, very common problem in today's time and age, and that is your addictions. We are seeing an increasing number of couples who are coming to us with addictions like smoking, vaping, and alcoholism. Now remember, you may feel that an occasional smoke or alcohol would not affect the quality of your egg or your sperm. But that's not true. Yes, chronic smoking and alcoholism does affect your egg quality and your sperm quality by leaps and bounds. But remember, even in moderation, these are not less harmful. So with immediate effect, if you are looking at fertility, you need to quit these vices because they are very, very detrimental to the health of your egg and sperm, which eventually are going to create your pregnancy. Now, this is a factor which no one really speaks about, but exists in every single person today. And yes, that is stress. Stress is one of the leading causes for infertility in today's age. Now, that could be your professional or work-related stress, or it could be stress at home. Infertility itself brings a lot of stress in a couple's life. Now, stress increases your cortisol hormone levels, and that in turn suppresses the function of your reproductive hormones. So, all my dear couples, please ensure that you are working towards reducing those stress levels when you're trying for pregnancy, because increase in stress is not going to benefit you in any way, rather going to make your journey to parenthood even more longer and tiring. Now, while we all speak about the female factors, less is spoken about the male factors of infertility. Now, an healthy sperm, a good sperm count, good motility in your sperms is equally important, just as important the egg count is. So, even if you feel that you are a young, healthy male, your weight is in control, you don't smoke or you don't consume alcohol, but if you feel that as a couple, you've been struggling and trying to get pregnant for over 1 year without any success, it's definitely time to go and get your semen analysis done to make sure that there is no male factor that is contributing to the infertility. So, at the end of this, I just want to address all the couples who are trying to get pregnant that we believe the journey to parenthood should not be one that is filled with disappointment, stress, and dejection. If you feel that your body is giving you signs that there could be an underlying cause for the infertility, or if you feel that you have tried enough but success seems far, it's time to visit your gynecologist, get some insight as to what could be the potential cause for the infertility. Get yourself evaluated so that we can ensure that parenthood doesn't seem that far for you. Also, please take note that if you've been trying to get pregnant and it's already been over 6 months to 1 year, then it's time to meet your gynecologist. And if you're already above the age of 35 and have been trying, 6 months should be your deadline. Beyond that, make sure you don't waste more time, but see your gynecologist at the earliest.